Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a new podcast and a new segment called People on Your TikTok For You page. Today, we have an awesome guest, which you probably see on your For You page. He's made a bunch of rich white lady TikToks. And super funny. If you haven't seen it, you should check him out. And we have Nicholas Flannery. Flannery?
Yes,
Yes.
Flannery,
Okay.
exactly. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
My first question is, how did you decide to make a TikTok about the rich white lady?
It was definitely on a whim. I mean, there's times on TikTok where I've gone in and put a lot of effort into creating a video and it'll get like 3 views. So basically, I was scrolling and I found that someone had used the Big Little Lies theme music
Mm.
for one of their TikToks. And I was like, this kind of just reminds me of the show. And the whole time they're always just in a cardigan or something on a beach house front
Mm.
acting dramatic. So I was like, well, there's railings at the front of my house that look slightly beachy like. So I kind of was like, okay, let's just give this a go and we'll kind of go from there. And because it was quite popular, I figured, oh, I'll make another one. And I literally, on the second video, I put, oh, prove me that TikTok isn't broken. And that one went like and skyrocketed and went properly viral. And it kind of just went from there. So I was trying to pull, and I've been doing a lot of like research, i.e., just watching movies and old TV shows, and trying to pull kind of any cliche and kind of stereotype from like these privileged white women that we see and just kind of poke fun at that.
Awesome. Awesome. That was funny. Yeah, I first saw your TikTok and I was like, I gotta have him on the podcast. This would be such great for my new segment. Um, so what was your reaction when you first started blowing up?
I mean, the first video, I think it got like 400,000 views, which to me is still a huge
Hmm.
number.
Yeah.
So I, when it started getting into the millions and then into the tens of millions, 20 million, it was just kind of like in disbelief. I would wake up and be like, oh, that was definitely a dream. I mean, that's a cliche in itself, but that's how it felt. And then I mean, this has literally all happened in the last 2 weeks. So by the sort of second week, I started to kind of sink in and accept it. And I was like, wow, okay, I'm being watched. And then eventually, as it started getting shared around on meme pages, my kind of other socials went up, like my Instagram and things like that. So it felt a little bit more real, like it was kind of not just isolated to this one app. But it's still very strange because it's all in the digital world. You know,
Hmm.
obviously, when I go to the supermarket, I'm not like getting stopped or anything. It's not like kind of that stage yet, but it's definitely taken some adjusting to, and I'm just trying to respond to everyone and be positive and just kind of have fun and create fun content, really.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw you got banned on your main account for a little bit.
I know. I still don't know why. I've reached out to TikTok a couple of times. I've reached out to people that can reach out to TikTok better than I can. And I think basically, if this just stays as is, it will be where I'm allowed to post again next Tuesday. Um, I don't know the reason why fully. I have an inkling to, I think, what it was. But obviously, anything that I do is light-hearted. It is not intended on violating any community guidelines. But hopefully, it just allows me some time to create some fun content this week and kill it when I come back next week, hopefully.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, he has another account. You have another account. And I was
Mm.
like, yeah, and he posts like deleted scenes from that too.
Some deleted scenes, yeah. Or some scenes where I kind of felt that it might be a bit dramatic or wouldn't do as well as what had been posted on the account. But I just
Mm.
thought that it'd be a fun idea to have a deleted scenes account. But then since the main one was down, I thought, well, I'll just put them out on here or my Instagram, but mostly on Instagram for the meantime. And then I can put them up next Tuesday, hopefully.
Yeah, cool. So you have YouTube. You have a YouTube channel, right?
Hmm.
Instagram. You have all basically all the socials, right?
Yeah, I don't spend a
So
lot of time on Facebook, but yeah. So like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, yeah, and YouTube.
yes, yeah. So do you plan on keeping like posting on every single one of them?
I think so. I mean, I like different apps for different reasons. I feel that TikTok is a really fun place to be on at the moment. It's definitely got, for those of us that had Vine, it's got that kind of energy where people can be ridiculous and it's kind of a bit of a fun party. It's not an edited kind of perfect thing, which is a little bit where Instagram is.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate Instagram for what it is, and it's certainly beautiful to look at. I mean, even if your content is more food based or things like that. Um, and then Twitter genuinely has me laughing in stitches every day just from the kind of fun side and people's kind of wit and intelligence with what they're writing. But I intend on posting on all of them. And the kind of RWL, i.e., Rich White Lady series, is going to be continuing on Instagram as well, just because, I mean, I've literally gained about 90,000 followers in the last week, 10 days. So they're obviously coming from the Rich White Lady series. If I just kind of continued with my normal Instagram post, I don't think that I would be doing as well. So slightly strategic, but also just kind of they're a fan for that reason. So I've got to kind of post that kind of content, and then a mixture of sort of my lifestyle and stuff in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. On Twitter though, I never could find any like funny videos. I don't know why. I just never could. I don't know. I couldn't find any funny videos or anything.
Twitter's a very strange place because it's so dependent upon who you follow and then who your suggested followers. You know, you follow someone a little political and it's all to do with kind of that, and that's what you're going to see. You're going to see lots of news.
Oh,
You
okay.
follow, even if you follow a certain singer, or you can pick topics now. You know, it'll all be about that singer or singing. Um, if you watch a certain reality show and you follow a couple of like Stan Twitter
Mhm.
reality show accounts, that's what your feed will be. I was looking at my feed today and I was a little bit like, gosh, I really have a lot of this at the moment. So it feels like you kind of have to edit. But Twitter definitely has these kind of little clique groups that's how they're kind of, that's what you're shown on that app as well. Which is, it's an interesting thing about social media because you're shown what you like,
Mhm.
and you don't often see the other side of things sometimes or different things that are going on. So I definitely understand what you're saying. It does depend on the people that you're following on Twitter.
Yeah, I guess so. I just got on it and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing on this app. um, but yeah, I saw like my cousin. He's really into Twitter and he watches all these funny videos and I'm like, you need to tell me who to follow because I have no idea who to follow for funny videos and stuff like that.
Definitely,
Yeah,
just follow those people that you find funny, and then hopefully it'll come in between them.
yeah, yeah. That's what I need to do for sure. So we have 24 parts of the Rich White Lady. Is it 26?
I think yeah, up to 26 now. Yeah,
26.
on my
Okay,
Instagram. Yeah.
26. That's a lot. Do you just think of them off the top of your head? Do you just like take them from movies and stuff and just put them on TikTok?
I think I think I can kind of say to myself that that was one of the smart things that I did. I saw that these were going well, and I just pumped out like a ton of them. So it
Mm-hmm.
would kind of like that sound on TikTok literally has, I think the first like 17 videos are me, and then it started a little bit of a trend now. I mean, when I first was using the sound, it was on 2,000 videos. Now it's up to like 20,000 videos. So it's that's how it's worked there. And when I think of them, it's sometimes I'll just be sat here thinking and I'll add it because I have a little list of what I can do. And there's
Mm-hmm.
certain times when obviously there'll be things that I can't film immediately because I need daylight, whatever, and or props. And but also people comment ideas, and I think, oh, that's a really great idea, and then I
Oh
put it.
yeah.
I'll just thank them, and then I'll put that onto the video as well because there are sometimes things that I'm missing. So yeah, but sometimes a lot from movies. You know, I'll be watching a movie and I'll be like, oh, here we go. Here's another
Yeah.
cliche. I'll just note it down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I like how you find ideas like through comments. Someone comments something that's a good
I mean,
idea.
some of them are demanded, requested.
Yeah,
Do them, otherwise people are getting angry.
yeah, yeah. That's funny. So what do you plan? Like, where do you see yourself in like 3 years? Do you still see yourself doing like social media stuff or something else?
I mean, that would be amazing to kind of still be in a creative space where you can put out the content that you want to put out and um, feel in that kind of creative non 9 to 5, non office job sphere. I get that there's always going to be a part of that because once you kind of get to a certain level, there's people that you have to employ and
Mm-hmm.
editing and all sorts. But um, in 3 years, I would have liked to have developed a good like relationship with followers and so that they know a little bit more about who I am and still putting out fun content, but also putting out bits about my personality so that it kind of gels together well. But definitely just developing a really solid relationship with people that follow me and just doing what they want as well as what I want, but also like both of us working together to kind of enjoy the digital realm.
Mm-hmm. So do you plan on like getting a manager and having like meetings or I don't know what they do, like getting a manager?
I mean, this week I've had a meeting with two different management agencies who reached out to me just to kind of hear a little bit more about what they would be able to offer me and
Mm-hmm.
vice versa. I've not signed anything yet. I'm still just answering all my own emails, but the requests are getting more and more each day. So I would imagine that at some point I would like to have someone that could deal with that kind of fodder side of it, and I can focus on the creative side. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think if all goes well, I imagine in 3 years I should have some sort of management or agent that would be working with me and with brands or with companies and followers as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. So in the future, do you plan on moving anywhere, like to LA? To like everyone moves to LA. Do you plan on moving somewhere else?
I know. It's so funny because a management agency reached out who were in LA, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll be happy to take a meeting." But you do realize I'm in the UK, right? And I've not heard anything back from them. I feel like they were like, "Oh, no."
Oh,
Which is fine because I mean, obviously, I could see myself depending on at the moment. Obviously, with COVID, it's kind of very everything's online
mm-hmm.
and we've kind of moved into this space where everything can be online more or less, but if it's at a point where it would be limiting this type of career, I would consider moving to London or maybe even the States, or it might be that I go and do a month in the States and get lots of work done and then sort of come back. But I would move if it was kind of negatively impacting the career side of things, I think. But at the moment, I'm pretty comfortable where I am. Yeah.
Okay. So do you plan on making more content like on YouTube or more on TikTok or more on like Instagram or just like all at the same time?
I think YouTube. I mean, we're in a place at the moment as well where the reason I think TikTok is so popular is because it's 15 seconds or it's up to 60 seconds, and we're all a little bit impatient, very much including myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of quick video where you're just kind of pumping it out and you can scroll and see lots of different things is the way forward. Obviously, I love going on YouTube. I don't mind sitting through a 20-minute video, half an hour sometimes. But there is an element of me like sometimes speeding up the video on YouTube, or like it gets to a point where it can be you lose people's interest. So at the moment, definitely focusing on that kind of short, snappy content. But like I said, if I develop a good sort of relationship with my fan base, they might want to watch something that's a little bit longer or to get to know me a little bit more. So I would say in the short term, shorter videos, but in the long term, maybe collaborating on something a little bit longer or bigger. But I'll definitely still be posting what I'm doing on TikTok on YouTube, just so people can see it. And there's some countries that don't have TikTok. TikTok's banned. I have a good amount of followers in India that appreciate that I post them on Instagram because in India, TikTok's banned. So
Oh, really? I did not
I
know that.
know it too, but I was inundated with messages like, please keep posting them here. It's banned in India. So,
Oh, wow.
um, mhm.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Um, so maybe moving, and then posting shorter TikToks and stuff, and then maybe in the future, YouTube or
Mhm.
longer
And I think
videos.
Yeah, and I think when we were talking about the sort of 3-year plan, I think by the end of the year, we'd hope to maybe have. Obviously, there's this series that was quite successful. I
Mm-hmm.
would hope maybe there's another series that does maybe half as successful as this one, and kind of just go from there. I think some of the really great kind of big TikTokers often will have a series that does well that they either go back to, which is I'm perfectly fine with, um, and then they start lots of different series, see which ones work, and then they'll be able to do another little series, another little series. I think TikTok has introduced that playlists feature as well at the top of some of the
Yeah,
pages. You can put all your different series together, so I feel like that's useful.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, so who would be your dream collaboration, like with a YouTuber, with TikToker, with whoever?
I've thought about this a lot. I think if I did something on YouTube, I really love cooking. So I always say Nigella Lawson. I don't know if you know her, but she's a
Mm,
UK cook chef. But she's on, I think, MasterChef Australia. If you have that TV show, but she's quite. I mean, she's extremely well known in the UK, and um, I love her so much. She's so brilliant. So I would really enjoy doing something cooking with her. Not sure YouTube is her thing, but if she's listening by any chance, I'm open to that. And I think on TikTok, I love, is it Brody Wellmaker? I think that because he's so
Brody,
silly and funny, he
I
always
don't know.
does. Um, I can even figure out if the name is that. I think it is Brody Wellmaker, but he always does really silly, funny TikTokers. Yeah, Brody Wellmaker.
Oh,
But
never
he
heard of him.
he always does really silly, funny TikToks where he's like playing different characters, and I figured that because he was playing a character and I was playing a character, I feel like that would be a really fun collab. I know he's probably in the States, but in the UK, maybe Eden Halves as well. I think that she has a really cool vibe. It might just be fun to do a live with her or something.
Hmm. Okay, awesome. And then my last question for you is, who's your favorite celebrity? That's what I ask everybody. Who's your favorite celebrity?
Oh God, that's such a difficult question. Um, Favorite
Yeah, there's a
celebrity?
lot of people out there. We had this one guy on who was just mainly a Kanye West fan, and
Mhm.
I was gonna ask him who's your favorite celebrity, but I already knew that because he was in love with Kanye. Like he was all Kanye. It was crazy.
I
But
mean, if I was really putting gun to my head, there's definitely like a list of like a top five or top 10. But I love it's so cheesy, but I love Mariah Carey so much. I find her
okay,
hilarious and also super powerhouse, talented. Need I say more? There's no introduction.
yeah.
I find her very funny and very meme. She's very memeable, isn't she? She's always really hilarious around, especially around the festive Christmas time. So I will
Oh
say
yeah.
more.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for being our second guest on the new segment.
No
Um,
problem.
this was fun. Thank you.
Yes, no worries. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yep. No problem.